Andrew McCART, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. I'm delighted once again to be joined by Marc Castro. Marc, how are you finding things again in the bubble?
It's good. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it, and I'm excited. Excited to fight. Excited to fight again.
You made your debut out in San Antonio. I was lucky enough to be there that night. You got the stoppage. What grade do you give yourself for your performance that night?
I say I give myself a solid 6. A lot of people said I let the nerves get to me and things like that, but at the end of the day, I calmed down and I got the job done, and getting the win is all that matters, but expect a better performance out of me.
It's safe to say that we can expect some nerves from you. I mean, like, you are built up, Eddie Hearn signed you, stuff like that. Was your debut, big Mexican crowd. I mean, you can't be too harsh on yourself when it comes to the nerves, can you?
I feel like I can because I know what I'm capable of. It's better to get ready for the crowds now than later. So I just feel like I'm learning the sport, learning the process, and I box every day. It's just I don't box in huge crowds in front of every day, but I'll get used to that.
Definitely. Well, you better get used to it because there's only big things going to come. The stoppage came in that night as well. I want to continue on that fight. It finally came. It looked like you were looking for it. Were you looking for the stoppage that night?
I was looking for the stoppage early, so that's why I looked sloppy. That's why I looked like I wasn't thinking. I was getting my feet under me. But my main thing was to stop him. That was an opponent that never been stopped before, so that was the goal. We achieved it, and we're turning the page, and time to get the ball rolling again.
You're up against another opponent. I don't quite know his name. What's your thoughts on the fight itself? Again, you're fighting in Miami here, another big crowd for you to enjoy. But what's your thoughts on this fight?
I feel like this fight, I just want to display more what I've been working on, more power in a sense, because this is a pros. If you need power for you to get the knockouts. People like knockouts, and the power, you need respect in that. A lot of people could take big shots, but if you hit harder than most, then people are afraid to get in the ring with you.
Being that the Mexican sort of style of fighting, are you always going to go for the knockout in every single fight, or are you going to be like a educated aggression, so to speak?
I understand what you're saying. When I'm looking for the knockout, I couldn't get it, so I'm not going to be looking for the knockout anymore. Just kind of like hit and don't get hit, but hit solid when I hit. So like make them miss, make them pay right away.
You're in the super featherweight division, is that right?
Yes, featherweight.
Cracking division, great division to be in, some great world champions. Just how excited are you to be in this division?
I'm excited because I feel like there's champions, and those champions move up. If you don't see them at 126, you'll see them at 130. Or if you don't see them at 130, you'll see them at 135. You see them at 135, you'll see them at 140. That's the whole division. That's the whole name of the game. I think like at 147 is like kind of the drop-off point because fighters stop growing and stuff like that. But boxing, the fights are going to be made. It just depends what weight it happens at.
I need to ask then, Oscar Valdez against Miguel Berchelt last weekend. What a performance from Oscar, what a knockout. What did you make of that fight?
The whole lead up to the fight, I was like kind of like leaning toward Berchelt, or like when they made the fight, like, bro, like, is this Oscar's, he's out of here now, like. But then like watching the 24/7s, I kind of like, people are disrespecting Oscar. I had sparred Oscar like a couple times when I was out there with Eddie Reynoso, and I was like, nah, they're disrespecting. I seen him work super hard, and I'm like, he's gonna pull it off. And I won big money that night. Yeah.
You won big money in Vegas?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I bet on the knockout too.
Did you? Well done. I won't ask how much you won.
Yeah,
I'll keep that a secret.
Yeah.
I'll keep that a secret. Another fight in your division, it's probably close to the people that watch IFL TV, is Carl Frampton against Jamel Herring. A great fight. The fight's been on and off, but hopefully we can finally see it maybe in May or April time. Your thoughts on that fight itself? I mean, it's an intriguing fight, isn't it?
It's unfortunate that it keeps getting postponed. Carl Frampton really impressed me with his win over Santa Cruz. That's when he like kind of came on my radar. But I'm really I like his fighting style, and Jamel Herring, it meshes well. But it's been unfortunate that they haven't fought. But I'm excited to see it. Yeah.
I need to ask then. It would be stupid of me not to ask about this man right here, Canelo Alvarez and Yildirim. I mean, you predicted that Canelo would be too much from Callum Smith in my interview with you in San Antonio. You probably won money that night too.
I didn't bet.
You didn't bet?
So Canelo for tonight. For this one, I feel like Canelo, they have game plans. They're smart. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So he's going to prepare for Billy Joe Saunders. In that sense, he's kind of might have get rounds. If you look back for the Chavez Jr. fight, he wasn't sitting down, wanted to conserve his energy. He could have knocked out Chavez Jr., but he wanted to get rounds for Triple G. And all these other fights are preparing for Billy Joe Saunders, but then these Billy Joe Saunders are preparing for David Benavidez. So he knows what he's doing.
Definitely. Well, I'm going to ask, since you brought up Billy Joe Saunders, I'm going to have to ask your thoughts on that fight. It looks like we're going to see it in May in Vegas. Do you give Billy Joe a chance? He's a slick southpaw, undefeated world champion. He's got the pedigree, hasn't he, Billy Joe? Do you give him a chance?
It's disrespectful not to give him a chance. I know he's a hard worker, but Canelo, I feel like he's on another level. He's been working for him. I know, no disrespect to Billy Joe, but like he could be working for Canelo too. But Canelo, I feel like he's on a whole nother level. I feel like he enjoys training. He's still passionate about it also, but no disrespect to Billy Joe, but Canelo's is on another level, and he's a testimony to that. Canelo's just on another level.
Finally, before I let you go, because there's loads more media here waiting for you, your final thoughts, and for the fans that are going to watch you on Saturday night, what can we expect?
Just another great performance. I'm gonna keep getting better. It's a learning game, so learning more about myself. I'm dedicating myself to the sport, in and out of the sport, and I'm excited to showcase my skills.
Marc, as always, a pleasure to speak to you, my friend, and good luck Saturday night. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, champ.